Welcome to my Jane Austen July vlog. I am going to be attempting to read as many books as I can during about a week period all on Jane Austen. This is a yearly readathon that takes place here on Booktube, and I always kind of follow it loosely. There are actual like challenges and books that you can follow along with. There's like a group book. I forget which of her novels that they're reading this year, but this year I'm just keeping it very, very loose, and I'm just going to try and read some Jane Austen that is on my TBR shelves currently. I'll show you my TBR, what I have planned on trying to read within this week, and they are mostly nonfiction. I have 4 books that I've pulled off my shelves that are physical books, and the first one is Jane Austen and Her World by Josephine Ross. This one is a very short nonfiction book about Jane Austen's life. I picked this up at the National Portrait Gallery in London, maybe almost 2 years ago now. So I'm very excited to get to that one. We have a nonfiction book that is published by Folio Society, and this is a memoir of Jane Austen. This is written by her nephew. It's not too long. I think it's about like 200 pages, so it'll be interesting to read about her from someone who actually knew her. And last of the nonfiction books that I have physical copies of is All Things Austen, a concise history, or concise encyclopedia of Austen's world by Kristen Olson. I've had this book for years. I've attempted to read it multiple times. Just for one reason or another, I've always put it down, but it's not like I haven't enjoyed it. It's actually very informative, and the writing is really nice. It's easy to read. The format of this encyclopedia is like there's like 70 different entries that are all vary from like very short essays to maybe like a chapter in length. And then lastly of the physical books, we have Love and Friendship by Jane Austen herself. This is a compilation of some of her earlier writings and stuff. I have not read this before, and this is the only like Jane Austen stuff that I have not read. I've read all of her 6 full-length novels, but I have not read any of her like earlier writings or the stuff that was incomplete. Then there's 2 other books that I have checked out from my library. One is a retelling or like a book that's based off of characters from Pride and Prejudice, and it's called Miss Caroline Bingley, Private Investigator. That one is like a cozy mystery that takes place it's supposed to take place 2 years after the finish of Pride and Prejudice, and we're following a couple of the side characters from that novel, and we're following Caroline as she's helping Georgiana. Her maid has gone missing, and she's helping to figure out what's happened, and throughout this time they are going through some of the not great parts of London. The other audiobook that I have checked out from my library is called Jane Austen's Bookshelf. It's a very new release, came out this year, and it's a nonfiction book looking at all of the books that may have influenced Jane Austen's writings and books that would have been on her bookshelves during her time that she was writing. I need to get to work, but I'm going to start listening to one of the audiobooks that I have access to, and that's called Miss Caroline Bingley, Private Investigator. I'll put the cover of it over here. It has a author duo that wrote this book, and we're following Caroline Bingley. She is one of the characters from Pride and Prejudice, and her maid has gone missing, and so it's taking her on this mystery. It's a cozy mystery through the underbelly of London during the Regency era as she's trying to find out what happened to her maid. Caroline is the sister of Charles Bingley from Pride and Prejudice. I don't want to say anything else, just in case you guys haven't read Pride and Prejudice. I don't want to like ruin things, even though this book came out hundreds of years ago. I still don't want to like spoil things for you guys in case you haven't read it yet and you're still interested in picking it up. While I'm at work, I'm going to also try and read a physical book, and that is this one I have here, Jane Austen and Her World by Josephine Ross. I really love the cover on this. It's a very thin book. It's a nonfiction book. I purchased it at the National Portrait Gallery when I was in London like 2 years ago, and it's not too long. It has pictures and stuff in it, so I'm thinking I could probably finish this today. It's just over 100 pages, and taking out all the pictures probably puts it close to like 50. So I think this will give me a good boost to start off this vlog. I'm going to attempt to probably read around like 4 or 5 books, or as much as I can during this vlog, but we'll see. I also have a lot of other things going on this week too. I'm going to be making like a cheesecake later, having friends over on Wednesday for a movie night. Thursday, my reading chair is supposed to be delivered, and I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to show you guys. I finally got a reading chair. This has been a long time coming. I have been doing so much research, and I found one that I like. It's going to be delivered on Thursday. Fingers crossed everything goes smoothly with that. I'm gonna start Jane Austen and Her World by Josephine Ross. This is a nonfiction all about her life. How are you doing?
I'll be here.
I just want a little trim, and then a week later I get my color. You know how I do it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good morning. I'm on my way to work, and I did really bad at vlogging anything that happened yesterday. I was just really busy. I had friends over. Me and my husband had friends over for like a movie night, and so I was doing a lot of cooking, baking over the last day and a half, and I was not good at vlogging. I'm trying to get back into the routine of this again. I definitely had to run an excursion yesterday morning because the Barnes & Noble that's about like 45 minutes from me is closing or moving. So they were having a huge moving sale. Everything's 25% off. I got up so early and I got there right when they opened at 9. And there wasn't that many people there. I didn't really need to get there that early, but I just had so much stuff to do yesterday that I needed to go in the morning at that time. So later on when I get home from work, I will show you guys the books that I purchased when I was at Barnes & Noble. I'm trying to be on a limited book buying ban right now, but because of this sale, I had to break that. In other good news, I am very excited because I have a reading chair that's going to be delivered today. We went and bought one finally from Ashley Furniture earlier in the week, and they're supposed to be delivering it. So when I get home, it should be all set up and in the room, and I'm so excited for it. I have been wanting a reading chair for so long. I've been doing a ton of research. I have gone to so many furniture stores. I have been all over the internet. I almost got the Drew Barrymore one that's kind of viral right now from Walmart, but I just thought it would be a little bit smaller than I was looking for. And the chair I found, I think it's gonna be the perfect size. Ideally, I actually would have liked one that a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to take up the entire room that I'm putting it in. So anyways, back to Jane Austen July. I am reading now a memoir. Well, I'm going to start today when I'm at work. A memoir of Jane Austen. This is by her nephew, the biography he wrote. This is the Folio Society edition, and it's a very beautiful edition that I will be reading when I get to work. I finished Jane Austen and Her World. That one I rated about a 4-star rating. It was really good, very quick book to get through. Not super comprehensive, but gives you everything that you generally need to know about Jane Austen in a very short biography. I'm still listening to the same audiobook, but I expect that by the time I get home, I will probably finish it. Right now, I'm about 2/3 of the way into it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm probably gonna give it around like a 3-star rating. I have come to the conclusion that when it comes to retellings, I do like ones that are set around the same period. So I am enjoying that aspect of the book. The mystery part is really good too. We're following Caroline. She's trying to find the missing maid of Georgiana Darcy. And they end up going on this adventure through London. She's a very independent, strong-willed woman, which I like to read as a character. As of right now, I don't really know what's happened. Like, I haven't guessed the ending or like the whodunit part. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything in this vlog in case like it's something that you guys want to pick up. And I know this book came out actually pretty recently. I don't know if it's going to be part of a series or not. At this point, I think I would be open to picking up the next book if this is a book in a series, but I think this is going to be a standalone. So I'll come back to you guys with my full thoughts on that book once I finish it. Another day, another car update. I am doing so terribly at keeping up with vlogging every day. I'm so out of practice, but I wanted to update you guys on how my reading is going. So I finished the audiobook for Miss Caroline Bingley. I am giving it a 3-star rating as I figured I would. I did enjoy the ending in that it wasn't what I expected for the ending. It does lend itself to possibly being a series, but on Goodreads, it doesn't have it listed as like the first of a series. So I'm going to assume for now it's just going to be a standalone. And I started the audiobook for Jane Austen's Bookshelf, which is a nonfiction book all about, as the title suggests, books that would be or would have been on Jane Austen's bookshelf, books that would have inspired her and stuff. And so I just barely started that one last night. I'm only like 7% into the audiobook, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And with my there's 3 other books that I'm like dipping in and out of that are physical books, and we'll see how much I get into. I think I should have started this earlier in the month. The month's almost over. I don't know why I thought putting everything into 1 week would make the most sense. It would have made more sense for me to read like one of these a week and I actually had the whole month be Jane Austen July instead of 1 week. So next year I know how I'm going to do this differently. But I did start a memoir of Jane Austen by her nephew, and I am only on the introduction still, barely into it. I'm going to try and continue this one at work. I'm reading All Things Austen, and I think I'm like 40-ish pages into that one, something like that. And then I want to actually read some of Jane Austen's work during this time. So I started Love and Friendship. I was so tired though last night. I don't think I really got anything out of it as I read it. So at least I didn't really get that far in. And it's a lot of like short stories. It's her early writing, so it's not as well fleshed out. But I do want to read some actual Jane Austen during Jane Austen July, just not just like nonfiction and retellings. My chair did come in the mail yesterday. I'm so happy with it. It's so beautiful. I have been waiting for this for a while. It's a long time coming and it's so comfortable. And I have 2 pillows coming to switch out the ones that it came with. The ones that it came with, I'm just going to use on my couch. And then I have 2 other bookish pillows that should be here. One on Monday and one is not going to be here until like October. So you guys won't see that one for a while. Okay, time for another check-in update on how my reading is going. I did start a memoir and I am on a memoir of Jane Austen and I'm on page 7. So I've not made too much progress on this one yet. So I'm currently reading like all 3 of these books right now. We'll see which ones I can complete in the next couple of days because I really want to finish reading these by like Monday. As of right now, it's Saturday. Am I going to get through all of these by then? Probably not, but I will do my best to get as far as I can. And I'm listening to the audiobook for Jane Austen's Bookshelf. I am currently almost halfway into that one, so I will for sure be finishing that. So I will for sure have finished 3 books during this vlog, and I'm really aiming to get a 4th one in. The one that most likely I will finish will be a memoir of Jane Austen, just because it's the shortest one, but I plan to make as much progress in the other 2 as I can. I should probably share my thoughts so far and what I think of Jane Austen's Bookshelf. I'm really enjoying it. The author is telling about her experience of reading the books that Jane Austen has mentioned, books that she has read, stuff that would have been on her bookshelf, and she is doing a good job of sharing some like insight into her profession, which is rare book collecting, and using those skills as she's sharing with us all of this information about these women who were contemporaries to Jane Austen or who were writing around similar times that influenced her. And so I'm getting to learn a lot of stuff about these women. It's very much inspiring me to want to read some of these books that she's mentioning as well. And it's also really all of this and just taking in all of this stuff about Jane Austen and being in a setting a lot of London. I really just want to go back to London right now. That's what's making me want to do. I want to go to Bath. I want to go to London. I just want to be over in Europe, but unfortunately I'm not going to do that right now. But these books are majorly giving me wanting to go there right now vibe. I haven't really read as much as I expected to in the last like day and a half or so. I've just been very busy. I went to get like drinks with friends the other day. We had friends over. I finally got another controller for my PlayStation 2 Guitar Hero game. So me and my husband have definitely been spending a lot of time playing Guitar Hero. Yeah, he doesn't always play the most fair, but it's always a good time. Before I go, I'm gonna do a quick haul for you guys and show you some of the books that I picked up when I went to the Barnes & Noble sale. The one in West Kendall, which is a little bit of a drive for me, is closing and everything was 25% off. I found so many good books, so let me share those with you guys before I leave. I can also show you my beautiful reading chair. Is so cute and it is so comfortable. I have not been able to even fully take advantage of this chair yet because I've been so busy. I haven't had time to just sit here and read. I need to prioritize doing that at some point in the next day or 2. So these are my 2 bags of books. I also got my husband a couple books, so maybe I'll have him haul those for you guys so he can show those off. This is gonna be a very quick haul because I need to get out of here soon, so I'm not gonna really go into too depth on what these books are about. At some point in the next few months, I'm sure I'll record another book haul and I'll maybe do a better job of explaining what these books are about then. The one thing I bought that was not a book is a kit that is called Stenciled Book Edges Kit. These are like half off and it's pretty much just a kit that comes with all the things that you need to be able to add stenciling to your own books, and I thought this would be a fun little arts and crafts project to do one night. I got this book, Hidden Libraries. This is The World's Most Unusual Book Depositories by D.C. Helmuth. This is a book all about really cool libraries around the world. I've really been eyeing this book for a while, and so I was glad they had it in stock. We have Read Yourself Happy, How to Use Books to Ease Your Anxiety by Daisy Buchanan. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've had a little bit more times where I do feel anxious and I do feel like I have anxiety sometimes, and I'm hoping that maybe, you know, this book can give me some nice advice on that. Next, we have Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan. I haven't read any Terry McMillan books before, but I've seen her stuff around for a long time, and so I figured I would give this one a try. All I know is this book has something to do with friendship, and lately I've been kind of wanting to read more books that feature female friendships, so we'll see how this goes. The next 3 books are all part of the same series, and I already read the first one, but I decided, and owned the first one, but in a different edition. So I decided to just get all 3 in matching set, and this is the Gentleman Bastard series by Scott Lynch. We have The Lies of Locke Lamora, which is the one first in the series. I've already read this one, but I am planning on reading the second one, Red Sea Under Red Skies, in August. So this one will be on my August TBR. And then lastly, we have The Republic of Thieves, which is the 3rd book, which I just found out after I bought these that there's supposed to be 7 books in this series, but it's been years since the last one came out. Fortunately, I believe each of these books can kind of ends in a way where it's like not like you absolutely need another book in the series, but yeah, it did make me kind of sad that this is not a complete series. I thought this whole time that it was a trilogy, and now that I'm learning there's supposed to be 4 more books in this series, I am not holding out that they're going to come out or anything, because I don't know what the story is behind why they haven't been published. I mean, obviously they probably haven't been written, but I don't know anything other than that. And then lastly, let's see, I didn't go too crazy. I really could have. I had more books in my basket, and I put some of them down because I had to have some sort of self-control. And this is a mystery, cozy mystery maybe, duology. It's called The Benevolent Society of Ill-Mannered Ladies by Alison Goodman. This is the first one, and this is the second one, The Ladies' Road Guide to Utter Ruin. Having on my TBR for July, Miss Caroline Bingley, Private Investigator, which is kind of like a Regency era cozy mystery, it made me think that that could be a subgenre that I'm more into, so I wanted to try something else and kind of get a better idea if it's something that I want to pick up more books like in the future. In this series, we are following, I think, 2 sisters who are amateur detectives or something like that during the Regency era in England. In it.
Yeah.
We got a new pillow. Let's see it. Let's see it. This is the pillow. It's so cute. Wow. So cute.
I like it. I like it. That's the Anne and Green Gables.
Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up Jane Austen July. As of right now, there's only 2 days left in the month, and I don't know if I know I'm not going to finish either of the 2 books that I'm currently in the process of reading just because of time constraints. So I feel like things have been pretty successful. I had 6 books that I was attempting to read during this 1-week period, and I read 4 of them, so I'm not mad. I also listened to like 1.5 other audiobooks that didn't have anything to do with Jane Austen July, just because I ran out of my Jane Austen audiobooks and I needed something else to listen to. But I did finish Jane Austen and Her World by Josephine Ross. This one was a really good nonfiction, very brief overview, but gets to the point of things about her life. And I did finish the memoir of Jane Austen, written by her nephew, J.E. Austen Lee. And I really enjoyed this one as well. Oh, I should probably mention what I gave these as ratings. So I rated each of these 4 stars. Now, I did not complete any actual Jane Austen books this month, but I feel like I did get to read, I did read some of her writing. Actually, in this memoir, a lot of her letters, I know there's like 150 that are known or out there, but not all of them are obviously in this little book. But some of her letters were in here, so I did get to read some of Jane Austen's words. I haven't read any of her letters before, so that was all new to me. I did start Love and Friendship, and I did not get far. I'm gonna have to restart because I started one night when I was just so tired that I did not get anything out of the few pages that I did read of this. So maybe I'll just save this for the next Jane Austen July. I was thinking about still trying to complete it over the next couple days and then into August, but I think I'm good for right now. I will save this for next year. And then we have All Things Austen. I did not finish this book, but I'm still currently reading it. And this is the one I'm thinking I may still try to finish or get through more by the end of the month. And then I will try to finish it in August because I've picked up and put this book down way too many times to let it happen again. So I'm just going to really prioritize that for the next few days. Then I have 2 books that I listened to as audiobooks and I don't own them. The first one was Jane Austen's Bookshelf, a rare book collector's quest to find the women writers who shaped a legend by Rebecca Romney. And I gave this one a 4-star rating as well. I really enjoyed this audiobook. I am definitely going to be purchasing a physical copy to include in my book collection because this is a book I definitely see myself reaching for again, especially in reference to reading other women writers that were writing around the similar time as Jane Austen. I got to learn about a lot of writers that I didn't know about, and their lives were just so interesting. I just really looking forward to rereading this book again and then even reading some of the works by these women. I really enjoyed this book. I think if I were to read it again and read it physically, it's probably something I would even bump up my rating for, potentially up to a 5-star rating. And then the other book that I finished was Miss Caroline Bingley, Private Investigator by Kelly Gardner and Sharmini Kumar. I ended up giving this book a 3-star rating. I enjoyed it. It wasn't super memorable. I feel like it's not going to be super memorable long term, but I did enjoy my time listening to this book. It definitely did the job of being interesting, entertaining, following Caroline mainly as she is going on this journey of trying to find a missing maid and just having to deal with the different societal constraints that were put on women at that time. She is a very interesting, independent, fun character that you could definitely see. The authors definitely took a lot of inspiration from strong heroines like the ones that Jane Austen has written, who are just very opinionated and don't necessarily, just have a personality for themselves. She definitely seemed like her own person. This book definitely falls into the cozy mystery genre. So if you are looking for a book that's cozy mystery, but also like it has some historical elements in it as well, I think that you would really enjoy this book. As far as I know, this is a standalone, but it definitely leaves itself open to potentially being part of maybe like a series down the line. If the book stays just where it's at, it's fine as it is, but if there's books that are released that are by the same authors or following like similar like storylines or topics, I would definitely be interested in picking up other books by this author duo. So all in all, I feel like Jane Austen July was very successful, at least for me. Let me know if you guys picked up anything by Jane Austen this month and if you enjoyed this vlog. That's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.